What's going on, Heroclix fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a sealed guide for the X-Men 97 Heroclix set, going over some of the important information that you might want to keep in mind going into the set. I like to try to do these videos to help out anybody who's doing sealed, anybody that's going to the pre-release, and maybe help out some of our newer players, give them a little bit of confidence going into sealed. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the X-Men 97 pre-release starts on October 22nd, and it has a release date of October 29th. So just so you know, plan accordingly, right? So let's start off by looking at some of the statistics. Trying to make sure this all shows up on my screen here. So what are we looking at here? These are the standard powers. These are the most frequent standard powers in the set. So let's take a look at some of the top ones so we know, what to expect. So let's see, charge. There are 11 figures in the set with charge, so quite a few. 18 figures with sidestep. That's a lot of sidestep. 20 figures with running shot. So there's going to be a lot of shooting in this pre-release, I'm assuming, because there are 20 figures with running shot. And we also have 18 figures with sidestep, so there's quite a bit of that. We got 10 figures with blades, claws, fangs. And looking at some of the ones that are important. Penetrating sidekick blast is pretty important. That actually has, we have 6 figures with that. What else can we look at here? 11 figures with precision strike. Looks like 13 characters with super senses. So let's look at the rollouts here. We have 13 with super senses. We have 4 with impervious. And then we have 7 with shape change. So just so you know. So there's going to be a lot more, pretty good amount of super senses. And then we have 11 figures with energy shield deflection. It might actually be helpful to have a couple of those figures because, like I said, there might be a lot of shooting going on in this sealed event. 7 figures with mastermind. 13 figures with willpower. And let's look at reducers. So we saw there's 4, let's start here actually. 6 figures with invincible, 4 figures with impervious, 7 figures with invulnerability, and where's our toughness? 13 figures with toughness, so quite a bit of toughness. And some of these ones like impervious and invincible, you're probably going to want to take advantage of in a sealed, because some of those figures that people are drafting are only going to be able to output so much damage, and shooting past an invincible or impervious might be give you a pretty good edge to have. Let's keep it moving here. So the most important powers are, most people would say, are pop, your probability, your outwit, and your perplex. So let's take a look at that here. So there's 9 figures in the set with probability control, decent amount. We have 8 figures with perplex, and we have 9 figures with outwit. In sealed, those are very important. Just in Heroclix in general, those powers are very important. I could actually see, they're all going to be important, but I would definitely say perplex and outwit might be kind of important in this game. Because you want to be able to, in sealed, because you want to be able to outwit their defenses if they have energy shield or something like that, or a reducer, and perplex, so you can perplex somebody's defense down, and then your whole team can try and attack them. So that can be really useful there. Combat symbols. We have 23 flying figures, so quite a bit of flight in here. You could try to use that to your advantage in terms of you picking the map. That's another thing I did want to mention too. You should be able to get your 3 standard terrain markers, your basic terrain markers. You get your hindering, your blocking, and, well, your water. But, using those to your advantage, I always like to say is that is kind of a tip. Trying to use those when building your team and think of what you might be able to do with them. Using that hindering terrain marker, basic terrain marker, could actually be really useful in this because, like I was saying, there's a lot of shooting going around. And also your map choice. Your map choice will be really big. That's another thing I wanted to say. That can affect things like flying around. Do you want outdoor? Do you want indoor? Do you want close quarters? A lot of those things you got to take into consideration. If you want wide open for you to be able to shoot people, if your opponent might have an edge on a certain map, that could be something you could take into consideration. And this is the most common team abilities, the team ability frequency. So we have 35 figures with the X-Men team ability. This is an X-Men 97 set. So, of course, there's going to be 35, that's quite a bit. Looking at the top 3 here, Underworld team ability, we have 9, and team player, we have 4. There's only 3 with the Brotherhood team ability, which is a little surprising, and 3 with Cosmic. A little bit surprising. We got a couple police too, only 2. And moving on. Improve movement. This is their improved movement through characters. We have 7. Through elevated, we have 5. Destroying, blocking, we have 3. And then just moving through blocking is 2. Improved targeting frequency. We got 7 characters that could destroy blocking when shooting through it. Let's see. And we have improved targeting adjacency 5 and 3 with improved targeting through characters, and then 3 with improved targeting through hindering. Taking a look at, just glancing over these statistics of numbers. So looks like the average damage is a little low on this set. I think it's usually around 3. This is a 2.7. Average defense is almost an 18. It's a 17.7. Average attack is a 10.6. So attacks are a little bit low. Damage is a little bit low in this set. Can't tell off the top of my head about speed and range. Those look a little short too. Number of clicks, an average number of clicks is going to be 5.6, so about 5 clicks. Let's see. I said defense was 17. So kind of a lower attack and a little bit lower defense, so it should be kind of interesting, and a little bit lower damage. Keyword frequency, of course that's going to be X-Men, right? 40 figures with the X-Men keyword. Let's see what's the next couple largest ones. We have Sentinels with 13. We have 11 rulers, 11 politicians, 8 Brotherhood of Mutants, 8 scientists. Some of those might be kind of important in this set, depending on what figures you pull. There's people like Forge, who gives a bonus to like X-Men, or I know Wolverine gets a bonus against, I think, Sentinels and robots and colossal characters. Oh, and we're back to the starting powers. So moving on, I just wanted to talk about, next on the docket really is going to be, we are seeing, that's one thing I wanted to do. So talking about those team abilities, X-Men, you make a power action, choose an adjacent friendly character that can use this team ability and heal that character 1 click, and roll a d6, 1 through 4. This character is dealt 1 unavoidable. Some of the other ones we said were team player. The underworld team ability. You carry 1, but only to carry a character that shares a keyword. Carry 2, but only to carry a character that shares a keyword with this character and our lower points. And then what was the third one? I thought it was Brotherhood, but no, that's not it. Oh, it's team player and underworld. So we looked at underworld. I wanted to look at team player. That's a very important team ability, especially in sealed, in my opinion. If I can find one. Oh, here we go. Of course, Morph is a team player. I think this Morph is actually kind of cool. Look at that, 8 clicks of health. And he transforms into Hulk, Magic, and Quicksilver. I don't think he's bad draft material. But the team player, choose a team ability that a friendly character can use that isn't uncopyable. This character can use the chosen team ability until you choose again, and it's uncopyable. So you choose things like X-Men or Brotherhood, so you can take an action token off, or you choose the PD, the police department, so you can bring down their defense 1 while you're shooting them. So definitely a good thing to keep in mind. Just some figures I thought I would mention that might be pretty decent draft material. Leech, he's got this damage ability without wit. Characters within 4 squares can't use team abilities. I kind of like that for 15 points. And we'll probably talk some more about some of these actually because of their important powers. Oh, we could mention that while we're here. So there is, I believe, we are looking at the expendable goon traits. I believe there's 4 expendable goons in this set. So we have Prime Sentinels 1. I think they're all right here, huh? The Sentinel Technician. Then the Friend of Humanity. I believe there's actually one more. I'm trying to think of which one it was. Was it Dino Man? Yeah, it was Dino Man. Another expendable goon for you. He's got enhanced too. I don't mind him. And then there's also 2 recruits. And this is the expendable goon trait if you didn't know. Basically, you kind of get, if you roll 1 through 3, you get this first, when they're KO'd. When he is KO'd by an opposing character, after resolutions, roll a d6. 1 through 3, you get this effect. And 4 through 6, you get this effect. And they kind of vary depending on the expendable goon trait. So we did goons, we did recruits, and then there's 3 figures. I just wanted to mention right here with the To Me, My X-Men. We got the Magneto version. He, once per turn, friendly characters with X-Men keyword. Once per game, friendly characters with the X-Men keyword modify their combat values +1. This turn, for each character with the X-Men keyword of 25 points or more in your KO area. So that's actually pretty decent. He kind of boosts everybody's stats. That's what you would maybe expect of Magneto with his, his charismatic master of magnetism. That's a mouthful. And he's actually pretty good. I like that invincible and ranged combat. I do like him. I do kind of wish he had the Brotherhood team ability, though. That'd be nice. And I won't read the rest of his. I was just really pointing out that you might see these, To Me, My X-Men traits. The Professor X actually has a really nice one. You power once per game, roll a d6, and heal all friendly characters with the X-Men keyword. A number of clicks equal to half the result. Doesn't say within range and line of fire, so you just heal everybody on the map. That's pretty sweet. He's got leadership. And that defend, a 19 defend. I think you could definitely use to your advantage. He could see, through everything. That's really nice. He's got 12 attack, 3 targets if you want to mind control. And then, so he, he kind of helps out the team. He's got that leadership where he's helping everyone and trying to do things for his cause, kind of like, Professor X would. And Cyclops, he's got this To Me, My X-Men Cyclops. Power once per game. If a friendly character with the X-Men keyword is in your KO area, you may place any number of friendly characters with the X-Men keyword adjacent to Cyclops. Then Cyclops may make a range attack. So that's pretty nice. He still gets to make an attack, and he can bring some of your, he brings them to you. He calls them to with his leadership skills here. Pretty decent for 75 points. So other ones that I wouldn't, I think are actually pretty decent draft material. Bishop, I'll probably mention him again. Any of the primes really. Prime Bishop's awesome. Regular Bishop's not bad either. Let's see, I kind of like Wolverine. Like I said, he gets that bonus against characters that are Colossal, Brotherhood of Mutants, Robot, or Sentinel. And there's, I think, quite a few Sentinels, and I believe Robots too. So definitely something to consider. In the uncommon slots, I do like Morph. He gets these bonuses depending on which one you choose. I think that's really cool. It's actually based off what happens in the show. I think these Dino Mans are okay. I think I like this one because he has Running Shot and Enhance. But the other one's not bad either. And who else? He's not bad. Callisto, I actually think for 45 points, you get 6 clicks of health, Outwit, Charge, Leadership, Stealth. When Callisto uses Leadership and succeeds, after resolutions generate a Morlock. Unique modifier. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a combat value. Friendly characters that have the Morlock's keyword modify the chosen combat value +1. So I think that's pretty cool. Of course, your Morlock bystander is going to have that keyword. And they also have the Underworld team ability. That's pretty cool. And it's kind of important to talk about the commons, uncommons, and rares, because those are most of the things you'll probably draft. It'd be kind of lucky for you to get a prime or a super rare or a chase. You might not always get that in sealed Phoenix, but I don't know. That's not bad for 60 points. Forge has an interesting ability here. The trait, I mean. So, is it this one? Yeah, so this Desert Magic. At the beginning of the game, you may have an opponent generate the adversary bystander friendly to their force in their starting area. If you do, this game, Forge has the Mystics team ability and has friendly characters have Safeguard, opposing probability control. That's pretty good. I mean, it is a may, I believe. Let's see. You may, so you don't have to let them generate it. But if they had a lot of probability control, it might be a good idea, honestly. And this is the bystander that you would be letting them generate here. It can charge. It's impervious. It does have perplex. If you knock it out, I mean, you're still getting that protected probability, which is pretty nice. Like the bishops, like I said, any of the primes are really good. Keep it moving here. Let's see. I think Emma Frost is actually pretty good for 60 points. You get that super sense. You got your nice mind control, enhance. I doubt you're going to be able to transformer because I don't think you'll be able to get that card. You can't, and when she would be KO'd, you may instead choose one. In sealed, you would be choosing probably the turn Emma Frost to click number 6, and then heal all friendly characters 1 click. Protect a pulse wave. She has a leadership when Emma Frost uses it or her displayed damage power. She considers friendly characters that share a keyword with her as adjacent to herself. So that's actually pretty nice. And then, of course, any of the chases are going to be good to pull and sealed. Magneto's ridiculous. The two one-man armies in the whole set are going to be Magneto there. Super good. If you pull him, you're going to win probably. it's going to be hard for people to take you down. Bastion, kind of a monster. He's got 3 stop clicks, 5 damage. Definitely going to put some hurt on people if people in your sealed games pull Bastion or Magneto. And if you pull them, you should be able to win with them. They're actually just super strong. Should be able to take out anything in just about a hit. But that depends. It's definitely there's going to be a lot of point denial if you have to go against these figures. So that's just something to keep in mind. And like I said, any of those chases are really great to pull and play. I wouldn't mind grabbing Mr. Sinister or Nightcrawler, Jubilee, Madeline Pryor. I think it's pretty cool to see Madeline Pryor here. So moving on, this is prob, I believe. So let's look at the characters that do have prob. So some figures to look out, some easy probs you might draft. Jean Grey, Gambit has prob. The Phoenix, Bishop, Cyclops, Jubilee, Madeline Pryor, Mr. Sinister, Bastion gets prob. So those are just some figures that you might want to take into consideration of adding prob into your team. Then we have Outwit, Leech, really cheap Outwit, Beast, Gambit, Bastion, Outwit. He's pretty decent too for 60 points. Callisto, Forge, Bishop. Yeah, Prime Bishop's actually, I wouldn't mind drafting him because he has Outwit and Probability Control. Does 4 damage with the 12 attack. He's Penetrating Psychic Blast. I kind of like that about him. Professor X has Outwit. That's actually pretty sweet with his improved targeting abilities here. Mr. Sinister does have Outwit, Perplex, and Probability Control. When Mr. Sinister uses them, he may choose that he has a range of 8, and lines of fire he draws can't be blocked. If he does, he may only target characters that share a name with another character on the map. And that might happen in Sealed. So we have Prob, Outwit, look at Perplex, not a whole lot of Perplex. We have Gambit, Madeline Pryor, Trask, Sunspot, that Adversary, but you have to get that through Forge, Marvel Girl, and Telekinesis is definitely something you might want to add to your team if you have it, you draft it. Yeah, I might try out Marvel Girl, but Mr. Sinister, of course, Bastion, and that's that Play at Home Kit Beast. And just a couple more things. Let's look at leaderships. So we got the common, commons look like Magneto, Cyclops, Dr. Valerie Cooper. Uncommons are Magneto and Storm. Not too bad. At least she has Penetrating Psychic Blast, I guess. And then rares, we got Bastion, Callisto, Captain America, Executioner. And then the super rares look like Magneto, Professor X, Cyclops, Storm, Emma Frost. And those are all our leaders. Oh, and Cyclops here. Which leadership is super important because you want to utilize that action economy and get your 4th action a turn. So definitely want to protect them as well. That can be a move that in most cases, some players will try to exploit your leadership. If they kill your leader, you're not going to get to have 4 actions a turn anymore. So something to take into consideration when you're making your tactics. And last off, and important powers. There's only 4 characters that get super strength. 3 in Sealed. That's going to be Rogue, which she's pretty good. I wouldn't mind drafting her just for fun. Morph is good, like I said, 8 clicks of health. Shape change. He's very versatile, changes into different things. And then the Sentinel, Prime Sentinel, has super strength and close combat expert. It's not too bad. And that's it for super strength. So hopefully this all gave you a pretty good idea of what you're going into for sealed with Heroclix X-Men 97. Like I was saying, some of the figures I'd definitely like to draft. Like my top 5 would probably be probably Bishop Prime. Cable Prime's really cool. There's actually still, I think, a couple figures missing, or a couple cards missing. We didn't see the Prime Rogue yet, I don't believe. So any of the Primes, super rare wise, yeah, like Emma Frost, I like her. Professor X and Magneto, really cool. Any of the chases, they're all really great. So those are just some things to look out for. And like I said, hopefully you found this helpful. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next video.